start with an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions.
Hi, everybody. Always these days need to start out with kudos to the other programs. Football, obviously, with a huge win the other day. Volleyball finishing out their season at home with a win. Men's basketball earlier today. So just another week in Arizona athletics that we're proud of. And I also do want to just shout out our leadership. I think a lot of times athletic departments have a lot of success, and the head coaches and the players get a lot of credit. We have tremendous leadership here at the University of Arizona, obviously with Desiree, and you have Morgan, and you have Rachel, and you have Kristen, and Coach Candrea. So we need to take a moment and recognize what Desiree has done here in this athletic department, because we're rolling right now because of her leadership and the momentum she's created here. So shout out to Desiree, and excited for this win today and to be able to go 6-0. I'm happy with some things. I'm excited to have an opportunity for us to correct some things. I didn't think we were sharp defensively tonight. I thought we got a little bit loose with some stuff. And, I thought we could have taken that 22-13 lead in the first quarter and probably stretched it to 30 or 40. And, ultimately we did not. And so I think that just shows we let up a little bit, maybe a little bit of immaturity here and there, lack of focus, attention to detail through 40 minutes, which we absolutely need moving forward. So like I said, that was an excited, happy locker room, but I think we're mature enough to know that there's a lot of things that we could have corrected in that game, a lot of ways we could have stretched that lead a little bit further, but ultimately we're a team that's just wanting to win games, and we did that today, so super excited and proud of our team.
It seemed like the most complete first quarter you guys have played, so you got a good start. And how important is that you made that correction?
Yeah, it was great, but I don't think we handled it very well. I mean, you would have thought the game was over after the first quarter because we played so well. We were flowing, we came out aggressive, and that's a lesson learned. We didn't handle that first 10 minutes very well from a maturity standpoint, and we probably let it get us lackadaisical a little bit here and there. So like I said, instead of stretching that lead, I think we rested on it a little bit. So lesson learned, but now we know we're capable of a 22-point first quarter. Now we know we're capable of starting a game the right way. So I think lessons learned both ways from that.
The second quarter has kind of been hit and miss for you, depending on the game, right? Sometimes the second quarter has been where you guys have kind of fallen down. Other times, you've kind of blown it out of the water in the second quarter. Tonight, you just pretty, and I think it's a good thing you maintained, right? They outscored you by 1 point in the second quarter, which puts you into the locker room on an upswing. What do you say to your team in the locker room when you go in ahead by, 8-9 points, and then, but you look back at, we just pretty much just maintained that second quarter?
Yeah. My halftimes are pretty much one of two things, like a little bit of criticism or a lot of criticism. Like, I never go in like, yay, we're up. So I think today it was just like adjustments, and it was just feedback on the first half. We went from a 22-point first quarter to a 13-point second quarter, so a lot of offensive adjustments, making them aware that we went away from the game plan a little bit, but also like giving them credit for coming up at halftime and coming into halftime with a lead. But this team we're growing, we're learning, and so going in at halftime, and I just don't feel comfortable ever just resting on anything with this team. I'm going to continue to challenge them and push them and tell them the things that need to be corrected, and act like even with 30 seconds left, this game is not won yet, because that's the kind of edge that we need to play with this year.
Looking at the team as a whole, from the first game, everything seems to be clicking now. I mean, not perfect, of course, but everybody's playing together, more. You're reading each other better. How are you feeling about that coming along there? And I saw that 50 points tonight of the 78 that you scored were in the paint. Yeah. So just kind of from that first game to what you're seeing today, I mean, my naked eye, I'm seeing huge improvements, but from a coach's point of view.
Yeah, I feel really good about our trajectory, and it's not just going to be straight up. There's still going to be some lulls. There's going to be some things that happens. There's going to be a couple games here and there where we take a couple steps back, but everybody wanted to sit here at our first exhibition game and fire the alarm and sound the alarm, but this takes time. Like, it takes time. We are 6 games in, and you've seen the amount of improvement. Imagine when we're 20 games in. Imagine when we're in year 2. Like, it just takes time, but credit to our players for just coming in every single day and just continuing to want to get better. And it's not for them big picture, we need to go win 25 games this year, we need to go, do all these things. It's like, come into practice and let's get better at this today. Come into practice, let's get better at this today. So you're seeing the trajectory, you're seeing the time spent together, you're seeing you need game experience with one another. No matter how many scrimmages you do, no matter how many times you go against your scout guys, they need game experience together. So 6 games times 40 minutes, I mean, that's been invaluable, and you just see the improvement game by game by game. Achol's going to get a tremendous amount of experience from her time on the floor today. So it just takes time. It's not something that you can just rush or speed up. And we've been patient. Luckily, we've been winning along the way. But the goal is every single game just to continue to get better.
Lonnie, when they got within about 8 in that fourth quarter, what was the mindset on the court, and what you guys need to do to turn that back around?
Yeah, I mean, the only way they were really scoring buckets was us fouling. And so every huddle, we just kept talking about we need stops, 3 stops in a row, 3 stops in a row. We got to stop fouling. No more. I mean, my closeouts were bad today. Just like Coach said, sticking to the game plan. I mean, we got to have big gaps. We just got to stay solid. And that's not what we were doing. We were just fouling everywhere, helping from everywhere. Like, it was just undisciplined.
For Coach and Lonnie, how crucial has it been to have her on the roster, have that familiarity with you, and then translate that to the rest of the roster? And for Lonnie, what were some of those things when you got here that you wanted to make sure the rest of the team knew about Coach's style and what the brand of basketball would look like?
Yeah, it's been I'm on the sideline, and I have a tremendous amount of relief anytime the ball's in Lonnie's hands. I know she knows exactly what I want. I just I breathe easier knowing that's my dog, and somebody that's extremely loyal to me and has my back. She knows I have hers. And so it's just, I think when you take over a new program, I think taking people with you that are your people is really important from a staff standpoint, from a player standpoint. I think the world of Lonnie. I trust her. I think she trusts me, and so just having that relationship when you look out there and you have somebody that's been there with you. Like, her and I won 30 games together last year. Her and I went through a lot last year together, and we're very close because of it. So to just have somebody that knows me, that I know, it's extremely comforting, and that's why it was really, really important, and I'm super thankful that she decided to join us here.
Yeah, just like what she said, I mean, our relationship, you would think I've been playing under her for years. I have utmost respect and trust for Coach Burke, and so coming into Arizona, having a whole new team, I tried to have as many team meetings as possible, just letting them know, she's not about no bluff. Call it, we'll see it. She's all about what she talks. She walks what she talks. She lives what she talks, and she just wants her standards, how she lives her life, exactly how she wants us to live ours on and off the court. And that's just what I've been trying to emphasize and tell the other players, we have to be this because that's how we win, not because, Coach Burke is this, Coach Burke is that. No, that's what we got to do to win. And we were a small team at Buffalo, and so being small here, it's the same mindset, same mentality. We got to come out, we got to be dogs. Our first exhibition game, y'all saw us like puppies, and we're growing and growing and growing every game. And so hopefully by the time we need it, we're gonna be there. So.
In light of what you're saying about the relationship, I was curious, Coach, what the decision was. You didn't start Lonnie, didn't play for a quarter. Was there? Being as you guys know each other pretty well, what happened there, and has that resulted in anything?
Yeah, just Lonnie being competitive, me holding people to a standard. There was no bad intentions on anything, but I hold a standard in this program, and how I hold one player accountable is how I'd hold anybody accountable. Do I want Lonnie on the bench for a quarter? Absolutely not. But I'm going to hold Lonnie accountable the same way I'll hold Achol, and the same way I'll hold a walk-on. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're building this year, culture. And Lonnie was so mature about it and handled it extremely well, and came in the second quarter and played the rest of the 30 minutes and kept it moving. But I'm going to send a message to our entire program about how I'm handling things with one player is how I'm going to handle them with every player. So nothing serious, but a moment where I had to hold her accountable, and she took it and was mature about it, and we moved on from it. But it's the message that you send to your program that it doesn't matter who you are. We are building a culture here, and and we're going to stick to our standards and our values.
Did you have to go through that at all at Buffalo, where there was a little bit of a, a moment like that?
I don't really have a take. I'm right with Coach Burke. I mean, she over my year at Buffalo, and to hear she knows who I am, and she knows exactly how to go about things with me. We can talk about things one-on-one, hear each other out, and but at the end of the day, she's a coach and I'm the player.
Having success tonight on your hometown, what was the feeling and what was working for you?
It feels great, like my mom's back in town, my whole family's here watching me, so it feels good. I mean, just doing the stuff we practice every single day, like finishing in the paint, that's what I do.
And how has it been, being patient to get your time on the court?
I mean, I'm always ready. Like, I know, like, the matchups are not always going to work out for me, and I understand because I know when Big 12 play comes, like, I'm going to need to show up, and I'll be ready.
For Coach, you guys got out-rebounded by 3 this game. Do you think that's more just effort, or is it just kind of just the level of height differential, or what was maybe going into that?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit of the effort piece, just a little bit of like lackadaisical moments that I was talking about, where I just didn't feel great about some moments in the game. There was a lot to clean up, and we're going to watch it and we're going to clean it up. And they know, like they knew before I walked in that locker room, man, we weren't great defensively today. We had some loose balls. We weren't first to the floor. And like to Lonnie's point, if we're not that gritty dog, like first to the, you might squeak by Cal State Bakersfield, but we're not going to do what we ultimately want to do, which is compete in the Big 12. So we got some stuff to clean up, and we will.
Becky, I was just following up. I wasn't sure if Freddie Wallace, is she not on the team anymore, or what happened?
Yeah, Freddie's no longer with the program, and we wish her the absolute best moving forward in her future endeavors.
Last I saw of you were saying you were hoping it was going to work out. Was there a breaking point or something like that? Or?
Yeah, I think since then, obviously, we've progressed to the point where she's no longer with us, and really wishing her the best. Thank you.